Oh, morning, Mazin. That's kind of you. I'm just taking a couple bites on my breakfast burrito. Give everybody a chance to hop in. Good morning, Ocean and Luke and Aaron, the old morning crew. All right, so there's not much to talk about. There's really not much to talk about. I guess just going over a few random charts. There's that's too big. Yeah, that's about right. A lot of double tops out there in the market right now. A lot of double tops out there. Um, but really, at the end of the day, this is such weak price action. It's so weak. There isn't big players getting involved. Um, like these areas there were. Why can I never draw arrow when I want to? Um, yeah, I mean, like, come on, like these are all areas where people got involved and had significant impact on the price. Ain't none of that happening up in here. That is weak lemonade, weak circus lemonade right there. And for that reason, it's bullish. It'd be bullish. That didn't work. Broaching that guy right now, or this guy. We're really kind of in that zone, but yeah, I don't know. I guess what's maybe a different way I could say this, right? Like if we were, let's just pick on this. Let's say that this is a break structure, right? Well, I mean, it is. It's just not. It's just an effing ugly one because the price is so weak. Okay, so if we were meant to, whatever, break structure up here and take a nosedive significantly lower. Yeah, like significantly lower, like significantly, right? Like back down into the 50s or somewhere in about that, right? Um, then I don't think this would have just bleh, just weakly crawled down. No, this just looks like retail. That looks like every bit of retail right there. So for that reason, I would say that things are looking fairly bullish. There's definitely some buying that happened here, but you can see that those positions are just weak. They couldn't take it anywhere. Sellers stepped in there, and I'm just referring to the wicks, y'all. I'm just talking about them wicks. Um, then we see a little bit more selling pickup right here. A few more orders getting filled there drives us down a little bit further, but again, like nothing with strength, nothing with confidence. Um, probably building divergence all along this area, I would imagine. Do we have oscillators? Is that a thing that we have? Uh, yeah, seems about right. Probably step up to maybe a little more like the 24. I guess I don't see it as well there. Um, it's so bad. It's just so weak. Um, so yeah, I would it to me it just seems that especially because yesterday was Monday, man. Um, Even if we are meant to go lower, like I almost feel like all that has to get taken and then go lower. Um, if it were to happen. But yeah, I don't think that's going to last long. I do not suspect all that stuff is going to stay on the chart for a long time. I think you go run it. I think they go run it. That's what I think. So, anyways, quick update because I don't have anything to really change. All I can do is just come on here and delete a couple things off the chart and tell you that I think this is pitiful, weak. price action, and I've done that like 14 times over now. So what do you guys want to look at? Oh, and there's one more statement I'll say about this while I stuff my face with my burrito. Yeah, I kind of want something nice, like a nice 15-minute high to get broken. I mean, it can be a 10-minute. I need width and girth and depth to it. Uh, let me see if I can make an example here. See how that like kind of whole section of price you can sort of fit within, this sort of band or zone. Um, yeah, I need to see something that really says let's go. I don't like all these little tiny ones in there. Um, better way to say it. I need to see like just some aggression to the V whenever it happens. If you can't tell, I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen. So get down in here somewhere, and then we're going to see aggression finally come in, and I think we're gonna take up all that stuff. So yeah. Anyways, quick update while I eat a burrito, and then I'm gonna get to work. So if you guys got I don't know what you all want to chat about, let's do that because all I can do right now is just be patient on the Bitcoin. Shorted yesterday. Let's go. I shorted yesterday morning, but I had a really local target and it hit my target and closed my short. I think I shorted from. I was shortened to this low. I know that much. I don't remember if I did it from here or where I did it, but yeah, yep. No, I'm out. I'm out. I got nothing. But good for you for shorting yesterday, man. Good for you. That was the right move, albeit a painful, slow crawl down. Obviously, you picked the right direction. No, nothing you guys want to look at, huh? All right. Well, I wonder if there's something I want to look at. Hmm. Some people talking about this thing recently. Just doesn't look so great. That just doesn't look so great. Um, can I delete like some of this stuff? Is that possible? I think that Khan is coming to that level. That seems pretty dang obvious at that point. At this point, at that point, whatever. You get the point. Yeah, that seemed pretty obvious to me. We could have come down there, and I wonder if that's going to hold. Oh, better hope so. Yeah, better hope so. Better hope so. Hmm. Yep, I would have absolutely looked along that well, because if this doesn't work, well, then the result's going to be hella bearish. And if it does work, well, then I think I think it's gonna go up to new high. Yep. Yeah, I sure do. God damn, is that 100% increase? What am I on? A 6 hour chart? What is this? 80%? Son of a bitch. Um, yeah, with having touched the high that created this low, confirming that low. A turnaround and loss of it would be a that'd be hella bearish. That'd be hella bearish. And so I mean, we've got a little bit of demand right below said low. Yeah, I think it's really logical to look for a long there. I really do. That checks a lot of boxes for me. I wonder if there's a short to like go down to there. If we're gonna go down to there, how can we get there? I probably need like I don't know, maybe like a 15-minute. Probably looking at it. That's cute. I will caution that these this little three tap on the low. Yeah, this thing. But I mean, they're not exactly sweeps though. They look more like breaks. Yeah, but it's re-entering supply right now, and yeah. If I'm right that this is the target down here, right? Yeah. Well, if I'm right about this, then I don't suspect we're going to be breaking highs like this or this right now. No, I don't. I don't suspect that at all. I suspect you're going to see some sort of failure on this leg, which hasn't happened yet, and then price go here, and then we look for long there. ETH, yeah, we do ETH. Short for 62 190, closed at 61 790, 20%. Nice, dude, nice. Yeah, let's see here. Short position on the ton into a long position on Zaton. Where'd my long position go? You're over there. I know you're there, man. Come out from the shadows. I should have drawn that a little bigger, huh? Barely takes up any room on the chart. Just get in here a little bit closer, and then I just want to take a slight closer look at this, and then we'll go take a look at the ETHs. ETHs. Man, I'm gonna set an alert on that high. And I'm gonna set an alert on this low here. And what I ideally want to see happen is I want to see it come here and then there, and then there, and then there, and then there. Yeah. Yep. I fancy that chart enough to set a couple alerts on it. Let's go take a look at ETH. Yeah. I had a feeling that thing wasn't looking so good. Okay, cool. So I mean, like this is more what I was thinking is, if it wasn't for the weak price action up here, right here on BTC, because BTC is about like right here. If it wasn't for the weak ass pitiful price action here, I would say ETH is doing exactly what I expected Bitcoin to do. But let me get in here. Let's get in here. Yeah, no, that looks a little better. That looks a little bit better. Um, yeah, not as weak as the Bitcoin chart, because you had these buyers stepping in. You see those wicks. You had these buyers stepping in, giving you enough liquidity, um, yeah, to make a decent move. So cool. All right. But overall, yeah, this thing might be future casting a bit on Bitcoin. Okay, so uh, yeah, I mean, there's not from where. Well, let's see. You could probably find a short. Probably find a short. I don't know whether price will ever make it to it. That's a whole nother ball game. Um, yeah, it sure is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, nope. For me, this is the next most immediate trade, is that guy, and I would say it is a very, very, very much targeted level at this point, and we will eventually take out all that liquidity down there. The only question remains is will it retrace back up into some manner of supply prior to another leg down? Um, if yeah, let's see, what are we on right now? We're on the 4 hour time frame. If you could form some structure coming up into here and then lose it, let's call it 10 minute to 15. That's a five. It's a five. I promise it's a five. 15-minute structure. I don't know why I try to do stuff like that. Then I think you could probably drive it down to this low, and I would yeah, I would very much watch for a reaction off of that low. I don't see any reason. Yeah, I don't see any. No, there's no absolutely no reason that it can't rotate right back up from the low the same way that it rotated down from the high. Yeah, I don't see, I have no problem with that statement. But I for me, there's nothing in between here and here on ETH that I would personally trade. No, no, there's not. So there's just get this guy out of the way. That did not work. We can delete that. There was no structural shift coming into it, and we can look at a little something along these lines. Probably going to hit the low first. Um, wouldn't doubt it if it hits the low before coming up into here. And if it hits the low, holds the low, and comes up into here, I do not believe this will bring you to a lower low. No, no, no. I believe this will bring you to a higher low for a higher high. Yeah, for this to achieve this target, um, it needs to hit here before here, because the target's it's just the same target, right? So once the target's been achieved, well, we got problems. We got problems. Yeah, that's. Oh, did we not put the long on it? Did we put a long on it? No, but we're gonna put a long on it. We gonna we gonna do it. Yeah, and I'd look to come up out of there, back up to the range high. That's that's easy. Let's get that line out of here, and let's get this one on here. And let's set an alert at the low. Per bar, 4 hour, that's fine. Yep, that's absolutely where I'm at on ETH. Um, what did I miss in the chat? What did I miss in the chat? Wanted to send a super chat to contribute to your new microphone. I don't know if I don't think I ever really have any intentions of, no, no, I don't see monetization of this channel happening like ever. Nope. Nope. No, I don't. Um, but I guess thanks for the likesies. But I'm not Mark. Real talk though, Mark. I'm not trying to like grow my YouTube channel. We're just streaming for some otters over here. Just doing some otter stuff. Well, I've been on for 20 minutes, and I'm already running out of shit to talk about. Y'all's gonna give me something to talk about here. Looking looking around this area on BTC to reverse and run all that liquidity. It's gonna happen. Go happen. Go happen. um, Where the hell did that chart go? Yeah, I just again for me, I just there's just it's also weak and pitiful in the price action, and so many weak. I just see weak hands that I need like let me think and speak more clearly. Let me do that. I don't see any confident high having been formed yet that I would say, oh, okay, so if we turn around and break that, then we're going to go smoke the top again. It just doesn't exist yet. It's none of this shit. Nope, definitely none of that. If I have to pick on one, it's going to be this guy right here. But I don't love that so much either. And also, I mean, let's be real. If price were to come back, turn around, break that high, boom, boom, well, your position looks like shit anyway, right? Because now even if you involve yourself, I mean, well, whatever. Let's say you involve yourself at the break for a yeah 1.46 R. Nah. Nope. I want to see a better high formed somewhere down here. A high that that stands out on the chart that really looks like something to pay attention to. You know, like this low. Like that is a somewhat obvious low. Like I can see that thing. I don't have to like really question and go like, oh, is it there? Is it not there? Is that a bet? No, that's a good. It's great. Looks great. Nice feed to it. Dog poop. It's more like butt drool. Um, so I need to see a better. I gotta see a better high form somewhere in here. But yeah, I suspect that liquidity will get ran for sure. Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So much so this is a far less like sort of confident play, but like this box right up here, I'm gonna call it, yeah, probably about like this action. Oh, come on, go away, magnet. Um, yeah, I'd almost look to like short something like that. I'm not going to put that on my chart though because that is not a super confident. No, it's just not. It's just not. That's not a higher probability play. Um, but yeah, yep, yep, yep. All right, I'm gonna go back to stuffing burritos in my face. So you give me something to talk about. Oh, could you look at Tau, please? Hi, Brew, did you ever finish your thoughts on the Apple analysis? I did. I did. I don't know if they were I don't know if they're the best, but I dove into it a little bit more. I did a stream Sunday morning to go over a little bit more market structure stuff, and I did talk more about apples. So if you want to know what I think about apples, I'll go watch a stream from Sunday. Tau. Tau. I don't even think that's on my watch list. Tau. Hey, it's right there. I found it. I found it. What we got here? I don't like this chart. Let's find a different chart. There's something to. I kind of want to know. I need to like know what's happening over here because if nothing happens over here, if there's nothing that's happening over here, you're not gonna like what I have to say about it. What is this? Tau? Tau? Yeah, let's just try that. Well, that doesn't change a lot. What's happening? What is this all about? This is not working. No, this is not working. Please tell me there's a chart with history that makes this thing not look like a rug pull. Hey, we found it. No, that's Bitcoin. Dude, do you have like an exchange you could like recommend to look at this on? Because oh, this maybe try Kraken. Hmm. 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 Coin. Hey, okay. Here we go. Here we go. We got something we can work with now. We got something we can work with. That's like, dude, there better be something over here, or we're gonna have problems, man. We're gonna have problems. But okay, there is something over there. So it took its. I mean, at least out of all the charts I found, it swept its low, right? It swept its low of lows. And somebody has a chart that goes past December 23rd. Like, let me know. I'd be happy to look at that because, well, it could be relevant because, like, right now, all I can say is that. Let me see, pick on this one real quick. Where's it at? I mean, this is just a range of price. That's all this is, right? And now that we've swept the low of the range, newsflash, there is exactly zero liquidity down here. None. There's none down here. So where do you think this thing needs to go, right? Probably that direction. Now, obviously, it's got to clear this high. You can still generate liquidity um, inside of this range, right? Still generate liquidity inside of there. There still exists liquidity um, right here, right? Like there's still that got a little crooked. There still exists liquidity right here and up here. But like, let's be honest. Like the dollars on this chart are are that direction, right? When it gets down to its lowest price that I can find on any chart, and it stops and doesn't go below there, well, yeah, there's nothing left. There's no liquidity down there. What it has no reason to go any lower than that. So taps that moves up, neat. Um, can it clear this high though? Can it clear that high? Um, that's what we're trying to find out right now. And looking at just simple statistics like this break from here to here is 13%, right? Well, you can't say that about the others when we start approaching that range high, right? You can't make that argument. It does not work that way. So we are ranging right below this high. We need to get that line where it actually belongs. Let's replace that with a horizontal, right? Yeah. Uh, Yeah, so I mean, one thing's definitely clear. If you come up here, hit that, come back down, break that low. Right now, it's this low that is in question. So maybe we'll just pick on that one, call that one a pending break. Um, yeah, like as it stands right now, if you lose this low, then I think you're going to take out all of that. And yeah, I don't see anything underneath it to hold it up. This demand range here got mitigated by this guy. That's a gap. You have one 4 hour block right prior to the low. Um, but yeah, if you lose 320 or whatever, like it's bad news bears. It is bad news bears. But better to form a range just below the high than just above the high, if you ask my opinion. Because if we can form a range down here and break it and initiate and put in a fair value gap, well, then we have something to hold us up if we retrace for the mitigation and a continuation. So far better to range here than above the high, right? That BTC didn't want to do that. BTC wanted to range up here and then break down with liquidity beneath it instead of support. Well, it's got a little bit of support. I'm not gonna lie, it's got a little bit of support, but yeah, those are things that I would say about Powell. As far as longs go, yeah, it's a. I mean, like I don't know, maybe you want to buy it on spot or something, but it would be a patience game for any manner of leverage long because you're already at the premium of the range. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, just it just is what it is. You're at the premium of the range, and I don't love the idea of longing at the premium of the range. I'd rather see this smaller range decide what the hell it's all about, and then if it breaks up, then I would look to long in the retrace, right? But because this, if we can initiate out of here enough, like high enough out of here, well then I say this range is kaput. This has already kind of done its job, and then we can look to push for higher targets. But like as it stands right now, sitting just below this guy, no, it's better to look for shorts. It's better to look for shorts or to wait for a confident initiation above the range high and then wait to grab a retest. No, yep. As this the stance right now is, yeah, you're far better off shorting until it can show you that it's capable of breaking out of a target like that. I see some questions and I'm going to answer them, but I'm going to eat more burrito first. All right. Um, yeah. So Darren does things like I get that. I get that you're saying that there could be a lot of orders down here, right? So that there is like liquidity beneath you, right? But that liquidity is one-sided liquidity. Um, you need like both players in the market, right? Yeah. It's not to say that there's like none down here. Obviously, there was some down here because when it came down, yeah, I mean, it tapped that had a pretty bullish response. So it's not to say that there isn't any liquidity down here. I'm just saying that there's far more liquidity above this line than there is below this line. The greater amount of liquidity exists above it, not below it. That's all I'm saying there. Uh, when you mentioned that buyers stepped in at the wicks, how do you analyze that? And how did their actions impact the market overall and cause the charts to go lower for liquidity? Oh, I'm gonna guess you're talking about like this section on this section here when it's talking about these wicks, these guys stepping in. I think that's what we're talking about. If not, we could probably just use that as an example. Um, it's the wick alone. The wick alone says that like you can see that price spent like no time inside of here, right? Like it hit and snapped up. That means that there was buyers there. Uh, I can't write buyers for whatever reason. That means that there's buyers here, right? And then you have more buyers stepping in here. You see those sharp wicks. That's a little bit more indicative of a larger position getting filled than just like this kind of, sort of wickless two candle bodies. Um, I don't. When I see those wicks, I just think to myself, like, okay, like a larger order got filled there. Well, for price to go down, um, I'm sorry. Yeah. You're always going to need somebody to buy what you're selling or sell what you're buying for the most part. I mean, you don't always have to have it, okay? You don't always have to have that. But when you don't have that, that's when massive gaps are created, right? If you don't always have to have it, but that's when massive gaps get created. If you sell a whole bunch of tomatoes right here, but their only buyers are down here, then it is going to teleport the price down, creating a fair value gap, right? Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if that actually answered your question. But then again, I'm not so sure I understood the question to begin with. There will be long stops and new longs that fairly balance the liquidity on the long and short side. Long stops and new longs that fairly balance liquidity on the long and short side. Long stops. Yeah, Darren. I don't disagree with you. It's not. I don't think we're actually disagreeing on this. I understand that there is zero liquidity was probably too bold of a statement. Let's say lack of liquidity. When a chart gets to a point where it lacks liquidity, then it has to go, then it tends to stop there and it tends to go find more liquidity. Just the same thing as Bitcoin stopped at its previous all-time high. Um, it stopped here because there was no new buyers willing to enter the market at this price. There's no new buyers willing to come in here, so that it runs out of liquidity and has to go down and find more. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the way I look at it, man. Which whatever. Maybe I'm the big giant idiot, right? That's quite possible too. That's quite possible. Um, when you pull lows on BTC, what is the requirement to pull like a range low? Okay, when you pull lows on BTC, what is the requirement to pull like a range low? I know if we go below, just want to. Um, so my hmm, 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 hmm. When I often I'm trying to find the most direct way that my brain can answer your question. Let me get a blank chart. When I refer to things like range lows and range highs, um, typically what I'm referring to is like kind of the last external sort of market points. Like I don't see. Can we do a bar replay? Is that like a thing that we do, Trading View? Why do we always go to random bar? Why do we do that? I'm trying to understand if I'm thinking about this correctly. Like in this circumstance, where'd my magnet go? Um, yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't. I feel like we need a live voice chat to really get you an answer to this. Like in this circumstance here, I just go, okay, well, until price breaks this or this, then we're in a range, and so this is my range low, and this is my range high, and my range, and they can be moved if price does come up here and break this. Say it starts putting in price up here, well then that's fine. I'm fine to consider that my range high. Um, but price is always kind of trading in a sort of a range. You know what I mean? Like I guess for me it's just where is my weak high and my strong low, and those are likely my range. I don't feel like I'm doing a good job at answering your question. I don't. Um, yeah, Luke, if you could like maybe like hit me with some charts, like in Discord or something like that. Like I'm really interested to engage in that question. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm having a misunderstanding of I just feel like I'm having a misunderstanding. So if you could hit me with like some charts or whatever, maybe we'll chat in Discord for a little bit. I mean I will forewarn you, my day is about to start here very shortly, so I won't be able to get back to you until later. Um, but yeah, I'd love to dive in that with you. I just don't I just want to know that I'm thinking what you're thinking. And I am running out of time. My time is running out. This thing do anything absolutely interesting? Doubtful. Doubtful. Nope. 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 Like I really want to leave the chart today with something that looks like this and has an alert on it that one goes off. I want to come back and look to see if there's a long to be had. That's really where I want to leave off, but it's not this high, and I already explained my problem if it's that high. Uh, yeah, I no, I'm just gonna have to like come on later and see if something else developed in this region that is gonna give me something to work with. And yeah, that's official. I am now actually out of time, so I